Hi, and good evening, everyone. My name is Albert, and this is Vlogs About Nothing. Thank you very much for taking the time out of your very busy Thursday evening to join me. I really do appreciate it. Shout out to everyone out there enjoying their Thursday. You feel me? I myself am about to enjoy mine. Truth be told, I save all my roaches in a little glass jar and I just unrolled them and rolled one up, and I gotta tell you, it was phenomenal. This is like the age-old tradition that takes me back to my college days when we had to scrounge and scavenge all of our roach clips so that we could our roaches so that we could then find a roach clip and partake, hang out with Mary Jane. All right, is that something that bothers you? Does what I say offend you? Does it in fact raise a red flag? Do you think I'm an alpha influencer, or no, that's not at all what it is, right? I'm a beta influencer. Tonight I obviously always try to lead in with some kind of humor, however it may or probably may not hit, but I'm just saying that tonight we're going to talk about alpha influencers and red flags. Okay, so friendly reminder, this is, in fact, an improv speech, an impromptu. It's what I call it. And I'm a pretty shameless guy. You feel me? So far as it concerns the truth. And I feel like that bothers people. I feel like, a red flag, okay, is what you don't like. A red flag in a relationship, and that's where we're going, and that's what we'll be talking about, is something that you don't like. All right, that's what a red flag is. You don't need a consensus. You don't need, a pool of voters surveyed to tell you, what's right or wrong. If you do, that's kind of weird, but maybe you should learn that first. I'm just saying that a red flag is something you don't like. And just because it's a red flag for the bulk of people doesn't mean that there aren't some people that it isn't just a complete, is it like a white flag? Or like a black? What is the color of the flag that, is welcoming? I'm not sure. I'm just saying that, for example, the other day I was having a conversation, you feel me, with somebody, and I was interested in tattoos. Now, here's the hard truth, right? Am I beta? Am I alpha? For giving my opinion, I mean, is that against the law? Am I breaking the law? This is, again, so a red flag, right? Obviously for me, are women with tattoos. Listen, I'm sorry, ladies. I am so sorry. I am not hating. You feel me? Again, like, I'm from my own personal experience. That's a red flag for me. Now, does that make me an alpha influencer for thinking that? Am I cringe? Am I weird? Because the majority of people, that may not be a red flag for them. And in fact, most of the time, it is aesthetically pleasing for some people. And in fact, that's a common trait that people share, Oftentimes you'll see couples that are inked up from head to toe, and I think that's cool for them. Obviously, it's something that they get down with. Just for me, in and of itself, somebody who does that to their body isn't exactly, it's not for me. And because we have such a fundamental difference in how we perceive our bodies and how we choose to treat them, again, to each his own. You feel me? Like, just because it's a red flag for me does not mean that it should be a red flag for you. All right? Just because, there are alpha influencers out there, check this out, doesn't mean you gotta watch them. This is the hard truth of complaining about things, right? Is that oftentimes people look for things to complain about. Trust me, I make an entire show every single night, have for the past 10 months or so now, going on 1,000 videos. So far as complaining goes, I'm just saying that you don't have to watch what you don't like. That's just kind of also a fundamental truth. And it always amazes me. It always really, I become flabbergasted, quote unquote, you feel me? Because I don't understand why people will just absolutely give their opinion, on something, and then, like, at the same time try to bring another individual down while doing that. And in and of itself, it could be all the male part of the species. It could be, it's just overgeneralizing is something that I'm, more than sure that we all do at some point in our lives. And I'm just thinking out loud. I'm thinking to myself, why do people actively seek out things to complain about, like alpha influencers? And who's like the big judge here? Like who's the judge of who's alpha, who's beta? Like, we do know what these words mean, right? I mean, I'm just saying that, like, there might be a guy out there that says a single mom is a red flag to him. I don't think that makes him an alpha influencer. I don't think that makes him a jerk. I don't think that makes him any type of way. The dude just doesn't like single women with children. I mean, okay, like, are we now, the judge and the jury as it concerns parasocial definitions of what is right and what is wrong and how a person should or shouldn't be living? I'm just saying, I really feel like this. And I also just think that there's nothing at all offensive about some things that you may take offense to because of the idea that, again, you should probably put yourself in situations where you're around common minded people that believe in the same things that you believe in, and whether or not that's right or wrong is up to that person to determine ultimately. And I think it's really, really easy to pass judgment on other people. And I just think it's kind of weird. I just think that it's kind of weird that we do that. I think that it's kind of weird that alpha influencers make people so upset that, like, they get, like, I can feel their emotions. And I'm just saying, I wouldn't get that riled up for anybody at any point, for any reason at all. And red flags are something that people throw up all the time, right? They're like, don't date that person, that's a red flag. I mean, again, circumstance is by circumstance, and I just don't understand why people judge. I mean, again, I am single. I'm single for a reason, right? As so far as it concerns, well, I guess just the idea that, like, I just, I don't know. At some point, it's just, you gotta, and also, I did completely, and also about like 2.5 minutes ago, I forgot what I was talking about. But, I just think, oh, red flags. See, that's what I'm saying, all right? This is how much I care about this. I'm just saying that, like, I think it's interesting. I think life's interesting. And I think that people take everything way too personal. And I think that's weird because if I took, half of the things that are thrown out there about me personal, I wouldn't, I don't think that all my hair would be white for sure. I wouldn't be smiling. I wouldn't be mentally capable of, producing a vlog every single night, despite its lackluster quality at best. Do you feel me? But a red flag again. I see all these different videos from different people and different influencers and so forth, and it never really, all while these people are giving relationship advice and living their lives out in this way, being however they are, like, where do they get the time? Where do they get the time to, like, describe all of these red flags and be in a relationship too? There's only so many hours in a day, and I'm unwilling to commit any of them for stupid reasons, like determining what a red flag is or not. Like, if I don't like you, I don't like you, and I'm sorry. There doesn't need to be an ultimate determination. We don't need to analyze this. There's no prognosis. I just don't like you, and I think that if you think that's a red flag, well, definitely it's a red flag. You can't be with somebody that doesn't like you, and so and you don't have to like everyone. You feel me? That doesn't mean you gotta be mean or, like, be aggressive or physical in any kind of way, but, like, friendly reminder, you don't have to like everyone. And in and of itself, again, that is a red flag, right? So, just accept the fact that some people aren't going to like you. And the harder you try to make it not so, the harder people are going to fight back. And the more you're going to learn that they just don't like you. And I don't know. It's a whole thing. I just hope that you guys are living your best life. You feel me? And I hope that anything at all you determine to be a red flag in your life, you act on it instead of just talking about it, right? I mean, again, there's a reason I'm single. There's a reason I'm on my own. I'm a man of action. I mean, it leaves me with absolutely nothing. And I think that's real fitting because my name is Albert. This was Vlogs About Nothing. Thank you so much for taking the time out of your very busy life to join me. Don't let the haters get to you out there. You feel me? And don't take anything in life too personal. I say this all the time, right? You just gotta continue moving on. You feel me? Don't dwell. Don't worry about what other people may or may not perceive to be red flags in a relationship that you're not in. I'm just saying that if it doesn't concern you, specifically in that moment in time, then why are you still talking about it? Don't you have something or anything else to do, right? And so all I'm saying is that if you see people that have things in your life that you're not cool with, those may be red flags, and it might be time to start considering doing something else with other people that you may have things in common with that you actually like, where in fact you don't see the red flags. Again, because the red flags are circumstantial. They're what you determine them to be. Also, just a friendly reminder, if you don't like watching something, please don't watch it. You feel me? Please don't become any more mentally unwell than a good part of this country's population already is. I'm just saying, right? Because I can't imagine ever doing anything I didn't want to do, and I can't imagine ever watching anything I wouldn't want to watch. It sounds so awful that I mean, I smile because there are people that actually do these things. This is an actionable thing that people do, and I don't understand. There's lots of things I don't understand, so that's fine. I'll leave it at that. I hope that you guys have a really good night. Thanks for watching my show. I seriously really appreciate it. If you're not already a subscriber, smash the subscribe button. I really appreciate that. It helps the channel out a bunch. And until tomorrow, bye.